One shot. I guess it's not a one shot. Chapter 2, the Say Hi to Old Virginia incident of Cool Shock BT. This one translated and uploaded by JJBE and Vish. Alright. Let's begin, everybody. The Miracle Tag Team XBT returns. The famous duo who've reached old age move onwards to the next stage. Cool Shock Old BT. Original by Kiko Araki. That's the JoJo offer. We got Niso Isin and Pozuka Dimizo. Alright. Let's begin, everybody. This astronaut looks familiar. Or rather, we know that gaze and the way he rubs his ear. Ooh. The Say Hi to Old Virginia incidents. The year 2060 AD. 60 years have passed since the beginning of the 21st century. In the sci-fi novel 2061 Odyssey 3, mankind is already on its way to Halley's Comet. However, my best friend BT, those are just his initials. I can't tell you his real name. And I have only just managed to escape Earth's gravitational field. Two 90-year-old men traveling on a privately owned spaceship. The very idea would have been absurd back in 1982. Cool Shock. Private Voyager, Cool Shock. Crew. 2 human personnel, 1 robot. Currently on autopilot. Hey, Koichi, let's travel to outer space. That's what BT suddenly said to me one day. Why do you think that is? Kachak, kachak. In any case, I present to you the Say Hi to Old Virginia incident. Thanks, Echoes Act 4. I think you could easily be the head chef at Trussardi. This risotto porridge is so smooth you could tube feed it to me. The feed's a little fuzzy for some reason. Bzzz. Knock, knock. Oh, knock, knock. Anyone there? Shh, greetings. You must be Koichi. Let's see. Well, yes, but how do you know my name? I've got a message for you, Koichi. Say hi to the bomb. Huh? I planted 2 bombs in your ship. No demands, no ransom. I don't have any grudge against you. I've set the first mega explosion to go off in your escape pod, and a much bigger one right next to your engine. Oh, yes, and this one's even got a name. Old Virginia. Say hi to Old Virginia. Wait, tell me who you are. Escape pod, cool shock diagram. The total length 168 meters, the side view. This is the location of Bomb Old Virginia. Right next to the luggage storage below the corridor. And we're right here, I assume in the above the porthole. Or in the escape pod. Why? Escape pod cockpit. Why would anyone plan a bomb on such a vintage private ship? Hey, Koichi, did you get yourself into trouble again? Look at me. No, not really. They said that they weren't holding a grudge against me, so... Look over there. If I had to guess, touch the control wheel will shut it off. This is starting to piss me off, dag nabbit! Don't touch it. It's likely a fuel air explosive, or as space operas like to call it, a vacuum bomb. Have you never heard of them? It's a dispersed chemical reaction. They ignite the surrounding air through the use of ambient oxygen. In our case, would that be considered cremation or space burial? Boom, 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 boom. Don't you think it's dangerous to be smoking next to that thing, BT? Preposterous. Aren't we a little too old to be worrying about our health? Besides, take a closer look. There's a note attached to it. Did they use a road roller to fold it? What on earth is this? Game results? Or perhaps a mini shogi puzzle? That's not all, BT. It says there's a passcode. Maybe if we solve this mini shogi puzzle, we'll be able to disarm the bomb. Well, it's a shame I only know how to play chess. I'll leave everything up to you, Koichi. Oh, the pressure! Let's see. So I have to checkmate in 3 moves. If I move this piece there and that piece there... Move the rook to 3A and promote the king to 1B, and move the promoted rook to 2B. I've got it! Click, click. Good. Now imagine that the squares on the shogi board are like keys on a numeric keypad. If we convert the notation of those moves into numbers, flap, flap, 3A is 7, 1B is 6, and 2B is 5. That means that the passcode is 765. Don't tell me. You already knew the answer from the start, didn't you, BT? Nonsense. The way you solved that puzzle left me thunderstruck. Not that there's any thunder in space, but you get what I mean. Beep, beep. Hooray! Now we can evacuate through the escape pod! Evacuate? Are you crazy? But we're having so much fun. This trip to space I've been dreaming of has been surprisingly boring so far. There's one more bomb, right? Yeah, you said there was a much bigger one. That's why we need to hurry up and escape. Koichi, 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 Koichi. The bomber could have preemptively detonated this escape pod at any time. Yet, they specifically went out of their way to challenge a 90-year-old man to a battle of wits. I'll make them pay. Pay what they deserve. Engine room. Clink, 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 clink. Click, click, click. So it's a bomb work orange. Click, click, click. Oh. It's huge. Is it like the vacuum bomb before? Yes, it appears so. But unlike the cockpit of the escape pod, this engine room is the most durable part of the ship. That's probably why they went with such ridiculous sized orange. Say hi to old Virginia. Say hi. Let's see. What? Say hi to old Virginia? Are you serious? This one even has a countdown timer. It has a little over 8 minutes to go. I don't mean to rush you, BT, but we need to solve this puzzle as soon as possible. BT? Did he die? This bomb. There's no way to disarm it. Huh? What? It can't be disarmed. The bomber should have left another mini shogi or something. There's no shogi puzzle, no keypad, nor are there any button codes or a control panel. Once that timer hits 0, even if we simply touch it, the bomb will detonate. There isn't any trick or gimmick here. All that's left is to bite the dust. We need to get to the escape pod as soon as possible. Our legs aren't like they used to be, Koichi. Getting to the escape pod from here in 8 minutes is impossible. What if we lowered the oxygen level in this room? Without ambient oxygen, the bomb won't be able to explode. There's only 7 minutes left. The removal procedure would take too long. No. What that means is it's over for us? Yes. The shogi puzzle that even I could solve was bait. It was a trap designed to pique BT's curiosity and force him to stay on board with the bomb, even though he could have evacuated at any time. Without a puzzle to solve, there was no mystery to unravel. There was no better way to humiliate BT. I'm sorry, Koichi. In the end, I showed you an unflattering side of me. I've known BT for almost 80 years, and as far as I can remember, this is the first time he's ever apologized to me. I've lived a long life just being by your side. It wasn't so bad. Oh, look at their great memories here. The JoJo references. Yes. That magic show in Vegas was amazing. Like this bomb trick. By the way, what happened to that smaller bomb you disarmed earlier? Oh, I've got it right here. Clank, clank, clank. Koichi, I've got a plan. Huh? Look over here. Just one last card up my sleeve. I saved this one as a last resort, and as long as we could breathe, we have to follow through with it. I'm not running away. Step, step, clink, clink. Clench. Yeah! Yeah! Blown up a bomb with a bomb. Use the same principle behind putting out oil fires with dynamite. This is what BT told me, so don't hold me responsible if you blow yourself up while trying this at home. Look over here. But you may be thinking, wouldn't that cause a second bomb to go off? Of course it would. But at the moment, the surrounding oxygen in the air is consumed by the first bomb, creating a vacuum. This ultimately minimizes the second bomb's explosion before a backdraft can kick in. Grazi! Act 4! It's still alive! Hello there, Koichi. And of course, the illustrious Cool Shock BT. What did you think of my incendiary masterpiece? Oh, how I wanted to hear you scream. And I'm talking a break into a sweat and screech type terror. Huh? I'm parked right next to your ship. In a moment, I'm going to personally warp myself into it. I will be the master, and you will be my slaves. Ah, so it's you who's behind this. Good grief. Well, if you're so sure about that, let me make my own prediction. Your next line is what? 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 Hacking your ship from here is simple enough. All I did was redirect it to that oncoming meteorite. Well, it's not like this would be enough to take you out, right, old man? Now then, we've got to get a move on. First things first, Koichi. Let's follow that meteorite. It's why I invited you to come to space with me. Huh? What do you mean? Well, as you know from today's events, I also haven't been able to overcome my old age. But then I remembered a rumor I heard from my grandmother a long time ago. Somewhere in the universe, there's an ultimate life form floating around that is both a living creature and a mineral. They say if you're able to recover it, you'll be granted eternal life. It's as simple as picking up a small stone. Huh? All right. Then I'll go with you and stay by your side to the end of the universe. Because we'll always be kids at heart. Forever the wicked boy, BT, and forever my best friend. Cool Shock, old BT. Their friendship will never fade, even across the Milky Way. The model collection sheet. The following are model sheets drawn by Posco Demazu during the creation of Cool Shock Old BT, portraying the creative process for the aged characters. Okay, normally their eyelids would droop more, but it's better to keep the eyes as lively as they were in the childhood. That's fair. Instead, expose the forehead as the hair becomes stiffer and the bangs don't fall. The skin on the head sags a lot, lots of wrinkles in the forehead. And to express age with things like hollow cheek, I'm using BT's grandmother as a reference. I consider various aging patterns. I think that illustrating the top left would be about right. I decided not to include nasolabi folds as it makes the character look less spirited. The posture is quite straight for his age, so maybe it's okay to add a bit more wrinkles around the neck. I was reminded of the saying, nature gives you the face you have at 20. It is up to you if you merit the one you have at 50. That's a good one. From the time of Chanel, it'd be good if BT's face subtly reflects his past achievements. I wanted to give him something powerful, like what that Speedwagon wears, but it might be too much for BT. The prominent structure of the cheekbone resembles his grandma, BT 72. The eerie freckled old geezer, Koichi Mukari, 72. His hair is thinned a bit, the clothes he wore in the summer as a kid. It's stylish, but let's keep his hair modest and the smile lines more pronounced. Hoping to represent the happiness enjoyed during middle age. That would be nice. The eerie freckled old geezer. The smile is both scary and cute. Did you like the jacket you took from Koichi's house? His teeth are still missing as usual. A shirt with the same patterns as his mom's. It makes the teary-eyed as a mom myself, actually. Oh, makes me teary-eyed as a mom, actually. Aw. The silhouette looks stylish, cool. Of course, it also hides the dirtiness of his scalp. BT practice drawings. JoJo style BT. Young BT, practice. I would just design by slightly raise the eyelids and blending in the round black pattern. Neat. The Say Hi to Old Virginia incident. Here are the details of the Cool Shock ship, which was the setting and rough drawing Echoes Act 4. Standing, not setting the main story. Watch made in Switzerland. His astronaut suit, in the style of Nansub with the logo customized to BT specifications. He was a cyborg? Oh, that's cool. Cool Shock Old BT, Rough 2, Rough 3, and then the Echoes Act, and then we get the ship. Old Virginia literally translates to Hag Senior, Old Woman, Grandma Senior. The Japanese is pronounced Bashinia, while Virginia is pronounced Bajinia. Since there was no way to keep the name wordplay in English, we decided to translate the names to Old Virginia instead. Mukadotama in Cool Shock BT, the female outlaws. Oh, here. And the female outlaw employee guys, the previous old BT chapter, Koichi says Mukadotama, which translates Dagnabbit. It's a portmanteau to the Japanese slang. Okay. The Shogi puzzle guy. I don't know Shogi. Of course, we got to give the credits. The Kaiser, Vish, Morgan, Mindor, and then we get what they all did here. So, interesting. I wonder if there's a way to translate because, the title and the name of them literally translates to Hag Senior or Grandma Senior. Bajinia. What's the wordplay? The title and the name of the bomb literally translates to Hag Senior or Old Woman Grandma Senior. The Japanese is pronounced Bashinia, while Virginia is pronounced Bajinia. Since there was no way to keep the wordplay in English, we decided to translate the name to Old Virginia instead. I don't understand what the pun is. The title name of the bomb literally translates to Hag Senior. It was supposed to translate to Virginia, and I don't know. Is that a space reference I just don't get? Maybe. Spaced out, the bomb, explosion. I don't know. Vast Milky Way. I don't know. I would need to. I don't understand what the pun is. I guess the pun is just old man. That sounds like Virginia. I guess. Yeah. I don't know if you could really translate that if it's just Virginia, the state, unless it's named for somebody else or like Virgin or something. I didn't notice he was a cyborg. That is kind of cool. And so like even if they go and they do whatever, he'll like continue to go and bother them for the rest of time. I should have if I knew this guy was their nemesis from the beginning, which I kind of suspected, but I have changed the voice. It goes, "Oh, oh, Jojo. So I kind of tried to do a double voice for him last time. And if I try to ageify it just a bit, just like this, maybe it would be a little bit better. But instead, it's fine. Doesn't matter too much." The art's on point. I also feel like this would make me a little bit more emotional too. And it did make me a bit emotional just seeing this like happiness in their face. And seeing all these instances which I don't know. I haven't seen all of them. I'm sure this is just an honor to their history here, right? Like you see Koichi shares like kid with BT. You see the little Virginia, the Las Vegas hits. You see them playing football. But again, that seems like it's a JoJo reference. Wouldn't deal whatever here. I just like this here. And then, the painfulness of seeing Parley's wife pass away or him being married here. Then the book you wrote about him. It's all wonderful. And it does strangely make me emotional in some respects. And I do find this interesting. Like, okay, we're going to, this is a JoJo reference, obviously. This is a JoJo reference, too. It's like, what's his name? I really like him. He's the hand guy from part 4. Oh, I even cosplayed him before. Kira. It's Kira. Yoshikage Kira. Another one bites the dust here. Yeah, I enjoy this. It's very dynamic. It's a wonderfully written puzzle as usual, and I like the fact that even in a wheelchair, he still has that charisma about him. Um, it's neat. It's really, really neat. And I guess that's what I could say about it. It's all neat. And then we get the little JoJo references here. No, no, yes, yes, yes. I think this does what it does very well is it does make me think like there is no solution, and this could be a way for them in the end because it's clever, right? The first one makes sense. There's a puzzle they solve, but let's go do the second one. Sure, this guy's like that, and this one's not supposed to have a solution. Um, and my guess is that this bomb is just not strong enough to destroy the engine, the smaller one. So okay, it makes sense, right? Um, I guess in the end you could have said why not just plant two unbreakable bombs, but he wants to outsmart BT. So I don't mind that too much there. Uh, but it was a clever solution. They did mention the oxygen stuff quite a bit, so maybe I could have picked up on that a little bit more. And the idea of saying, hey, we're just too old to go to the escape pod, that also makes sense as well, right? It's like, okay, this, that, and the other. And then now they could potentially go for the rest of the universe there, and it's lovely. Um, and just to see the joy and the things they felt all these years here, and their old nemesis coming back to bite them, but them still say we'll always be kids at heart is so lovely, right? Because we're all gonna get older, but preserving the kid in your heart is important, right? Or as they say, growing up is optional, right? Or what is it? Getting older is mandatory, growing up is optional, or something like that. And so I've always kept a little bit of that in me, that inner child that enjoys life, enjoys doing this and the other. There are certainly responsibilities I have to go and take care of, but I'm enjoying my life. And I guess that's everything, everybody. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for being born, y'all. Peace out.